Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly excited for this one. Today, we are completely skipping over the usual concrete jungles, the places where you spend half your vacation just waiting in line. Instead, we're exploring America's hidden towns. We're talking about those breathtaking, quiet little pockets of the country where life just slows down, where the locals actually say hello, and the massive tourist buses, they rarely show up. We're going to be putting a huge spotlight today on the deeply historical, almost magical charm of Galena, Illinois. But we're also hitting another jaw-dropping hidden gem along the way. So buckle up, because we're going way off beaten path. Okay, let's dive into this. Are you just completely tired of crowded tourist traps? Because honestly, when most of us plan a big trip across the US, we all tend to flock to the exact same famous spots, right? Everybody wants to hit up New York, Los Angeles, Miami, and hey, they're great, but the crowds, not so much. But out there, way beyond those packed city streets, is a totally different America. It's an America packed with these charming, welcoming communities and natural landscapes that will absolutely stop you in your tracks. We are going to uncover the kind of places where nature is the absolute star of the show, completely free from the chaos. So let's sneak right into our first spot, Joseph, Oregon. This is a true mountain secret tucked away in the very northeastern corner of the state. Now, just to give you an idea of how intimate this tight-knit community really is, the population here is under 2,000 people. It's the kind of peaceful spot where neighbors actually look out for each other. And honestly, it's a town the locals secretly, maybe not so secretly, hope stays completely undiscovered by the masses. It is perfectly tucked away between dense forests and rushing rivers, giving you a pristine slice of the Pacific Northwest that feels completely untouched by heavy commercial tourism. But the real jaw-dropper here is the geography. Joseph sits directly beneath the spectacular Wallowa Mountains, and these peaks are so dramatic and stunning, they're affectionately known as the Swiss Alps of Oregon. It's literally like stepping into a postcard. But here is what's truly captivating about this tiny mountain town. You're probably expecting just rustic cabins and pine trees, right? Well, Joseph is actually world famous for its incredible bronze sculptures. And the best part is, they aren't locked away behind glass in some high-priced gallery. Nope. They're proudly displayed all up and down the main streets. Taking a simple morning walk for coffee genuinely feels like you're exploring this massive open-air art museum right smack in the middle of the wilderness. And right outside the town center, Wallowa Lake kicks the outdoor adventure into high gear. If you love nature, this is going to sound like absolute paradise. You've got kayaking, casting a line for some seriously world-class fishing, taking a boat out on the water, or, if you just want to chill out, simply relaxing right beside that insanely crystal clear water. And keep in mind, you're doing all of this while completely surrounded by those towering, snow-capped mountains. And this brilliantly illustrates why this place is so special, especially for the real thrill seekers out there. The Wallowa Lake Tramway. Now, this is not just some gentle little ski lift. This tramway climbs thousands of feet straight up above the valley floor. It gives you the kind of sweeping, panoramic views that very few travelers ever get to experience in a lifetime. And yet, despite all this mind-blowing beauty, Joseph stays surprisingly quiet. People leave scratching their heads like, how is this not one of the most famous travel spots in the country? But now, we're leaving the Oregon mountains and stepping way, way back in time to the absolute climax of our explainer today. Let's talk about Galena, Illinois, a true historical time capsule. Walking into Galena is literally like walking onto a Hollywood historic film set. It genuinely feels as if somebody hit pause on the universe over a century ago. And the dedication to preserving that history, it is absolutely staggering. Get this, over 80% of Galena's historic buildings have been meticulously preserved. 80%! So when you walk through this town, you're not just looking at a modern replica or squinting at some dusty historical plaque. No, you get this incredibly immersive, full-body feeling of stepping directly into the 1800s. It's a level of civic pride that is practically unheard of anywhere else in the States. The contrast here is just wild. On one hand, you have the 21st century chaos we are all way too used to, the bumper-to-bumper traffic, the blaring sirens, those cold glass skyscrapers. But then, you step onto Galena's Main Street, and suddenly, you're surrounded by these gorgeous, authentic brick buildings lining a quiet road. It's packed with quirky local boutiques, antique shops, and the kind of family-owned cafes where everybody knows your name. You can literally smell the rich, traditional American comfort food drifting out from the restaurants as you walk by. It is the ultimate sensory escape from the modern hustle. And for all you history buffs tuning in, this time-traveling experience gets even deeper. Galena is actually famous for being the home of U.S. President Ulysses S. Grant. His historical residence is still sitting right there, and just like the rest of the town, it is beautifully preserved. You can physically walk through the exact same halls where a major figure of American history lived his life. It adds such a rich, tangible weight to the trip. I mean, it's one thing to read about history in a textbook, but to actually stand inside of it, that is a whole different ballgame. Now, don't get me wrong, Galena isn't just a giant museum. The natural surroundings are every bit as captivating as the architecture. Beyond all that history, the town is nestled right into these gorgeous rolling hills. Imagine taking a slow, scenic drive with the windows rolled all the way down, exploring these incredibly peaceful hiking trails, or just spending a lazy afternoon at one of the local wineries. And I absolutely have to mention the seasons here. In autumn, the crisp air and the vivid reds and oranges completely transform those hills and winery estates into one of the most picturesque, postcard-perfect landscapes in the entire Midwest. It's breathtaking, for sure. You know, there's a local saying that just hits the nail on the head when it comes to the magnetic charm of this town. It goes, visitors arrive for a weekend and often wish they had stayed much longer. Between those deeply preserved historical streets and the sheer natural beauty of the Midwest countryside, you are absolutely going to dread the drive back to the city. Galena is just one of those rare destinations that gently pulls you in, gives you a hug, and makes you completely forget what year it is. Well, those were just two of America's best-kept secrets, the mountain magic of Joseph, Oregon, and the historical haven of Galena, Illinois. But hey, our journey is far from over. In part 2 of our Hidden Towns Explainer, we are going to explore 2 more incredible destinations, and I promise you, these are places that most Americans haven't even heard of. We're going to keep uncovering these quiet, beautiful little pockets of the country that the locals desperately want to keep all to themselves. So, I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on. Which hidden town will we uncover next? Will it be an oasis hiding out in a sweeping desert? Maybe a misty, forgotten stretch of coastline? Or a town buried deep in an ancient forest? You're just going to have to join me next time to find out. Thank you so much for exploring the historical charm of Galena and the secrets of Joseph with me today. Until next time, keep seeking out those quiet, beautiful